Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to the live training. Welcome to the training, everybody. Lovely listeners. How y'all doing today? How's your week? We're almost to the end of the week. Hope you all are having a beautiful week this week. Make sure I'm live everywhere before we hop in to the training. As you're joining me, say hello so I can see you. I can know you can hear me. My microphone is on. Alrighty. There we go. All right. Hi, Joanne. Good to see you. We are live. Awesome. Good to go. Today's training, the topic for the lesson today is something that is a big question, and it's up for a lot of debate with marketers online. A lot of coaches have the same question, and it's the question, what should you charge for, and what should you be giving away for free? What should you charge for? What should be given away for free? Let me know in the comments as you're joining me, or if you're listening on the replay, let me know if this is a question that you have ever had when you're trying to figure out what to put out there to the world. How do I market myself? What should I give away for free? Am I giving away the whole kit and caboodle? If I give away my best stuff, are they going to sign up with me? Am I going to get clients? How do I know how much is enough value? Let me know if this is something you've ever had a question about, or if you feel like you totally have this down on lock and you know exactly what to say to your market, what falls in the free category, what's for paid clients. Let me know. I know that I've had this question asked me before. It's something that I used to wonder about, so that's why I'm bringing it to you guys today. Anytime I can think of a question that I had or that I hear other people have, I want to bring it to you guys. Emily says, I was asking this exact question today. I saw a coach giving away 4 weeks free. That's wild. Nicole says, 4 weeks, that's crazy. Yeah. This is a big thing that people talk about. People do this. This is their whole marketing strategy, is just keep giving away things for free. So I'm going to talk about that today. I'm going to give you my opinion, what I have used in terms of delegating free content and paid content, and it's worked well for me. It's brought my business to over 7 figures in just the last year. We're consistently bringing in over $100,000 per month into this business with our marketing. So I want you to think about, when you see people giving out advice for coaching, you know, number one, are they following it? And number two, are they successful? Because that is absolutely wild to me, some of the things that I hear people teaching in their marketing for other people to do with their marketing. And I think that it's just become this thing, this giving away a lot of your coaching for free has become something that one person heard someone say, and then it's been repeated over and over and over again. Nobody really knows why we're advising it, and it just seems to be a theme where everyone's talking about giving away free coaching. And the more it's this theory of, the more you put out into the world, the more that will come back to you, right? That's the conventional wisdom. That's kind of where I think the idea started. Popular advice says just give away everything, because then people will know how much you know, and then they'll know that you can help them. And then if you give away everything you know, people will naturally want to work with you. How many of you have heard that advice before? I know some of you have seen people giving away that before, but let me know if you've ever heard people actually give that advice. Put in a yes in the comments if you've heard that advice before. And I'm also curious if you're somebody that has heard this advice and gone out and tried it, you've tried this approach, how well has this worked for you? Let me know in the comments as well. I'm really curious. Did you feel like it really made people want to sign up with you and they were ripping out their credit cards and throwing them at you? What did you feel like happened with that actual approach? What kind of results did you get? How consistently were you bringing in new clients? Do you feel like you know where your next clients are going to come from week after week after week with that approach? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious. This is a really important topic to get clear on because this is marketing. Marketing is one of the biggest pillars of having a successful business. It's understanding these big questions that come up, right? And most of the people out there who are running 7-figure, 8-figure businesses, in order to get there, they needed to understand this question. So I want to dive in and give you guys some help with this today. Does that sound good? Hey, Adrian. Good to see you. Awesome. So I have tried this. I do not think it did much for me other than continue to devalue my gifts. Yes. Such a good point. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, a lot of coaches experience that when they try this conventional wisdom of give away all of your stuff, just keep giving value, 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 post, post, post. All right, so the conventional wisdom, what so many of us have been taught for so long, all the way back to the beginning of when blogs were a thing and people used to post a ton of content because that's what blogs are, they're a content hub. This is how long this has been around, this conventional wisdom of giving away all of your stuff, giving away everything in the free category, right? Here's what I'll do. I'm just going to keep giving away free tips. I'm going to give away all these little nuggets of information that I would teach my own clients. And then I'm just going to keep giving more and more and more. And from what I actually teach my clients, like for that exact same example, I'm going to give away 4 whole weeks from my program. And then eventually they're going to be so impressed, so blown away that they're just going to leap up and they're just going to ask, Valerie, how can I give you my money? How can I buy from you? Right? Like the idea of giving away your lessons is what's going to draw people to you. All right. This happens all the time, and I want to talk about my reasons for why I don't recommend putting your coaching, like what you actually coach your paying clients, into your free material, your free marketing. So the first reason why I don't recommend putting your coaching out there to the market, to your audience who's consuming you, whether that's on an ad, right? Wherever they're seeing your marketing message, I don't recommend you put coaching material there, your best stuff out there. Reason number 1 is that it creates this feeling for your potential clients, your market that's consuming your message, that the solution is right there at their fingertips and you just gave them the keys to the kingdom and they've got it all figured out. So what you're doing is you're actually covering up for a really deep root problem in their life by making it sound like you've given them the answer. How many of you have ever had that happen before? Where you're talking, and this could be in conversation, maybe you're on a consult with somebody or they sent you an email in response to a message they read from you, and they say, okay, thanks for that tip. This is amazing. I'm gonna go try that this week. I think I've got this now. I feel so much more motivated after reading your tips. How many of you have ever had someone have that reaction where they love it? They're like, this is awesome what you're putting out there. And thank you for that. now I feel like I know what to do. I got it. Thank you. I'm super pumped up now. Right? Here's my 5 tips for regulating hormones. Whew, thank you for that. I'm gonna go heal myself right now. Thank you for those 5 tips. But you know, as a coach, there's way more underneath the surface to that problem. There's no way that they're gonna regulate their hormones from those 5 tips. It'd be impossible for you to give them all of that information in 5 tips in one piece of content. Right? That's not the purpose of that content. And we're going to talk about what the purpose of the content actually is. So what's going to happen is they're going to get this dopamine hit of like, oh, this felt so good. She solved my problem. I feel so much better now. I know what to do. And then they're going to go try to do it on their own. And what's going to happen? They're not going to be able to do it. Now it makes it look like your tips didn't work, right? Like, oh, that must have been bad advice. This happens all the time in the business world too, right? Clark says the problem is your ads aren't working, and so you're having to post every day, and it sucks, and it's terrible. I'm with you. That's horrible, right? But imagine if I said, hey, here's my live on the 5 tips to run ads. And someone whose ads wants to run ads says, oh, awesome, I've got it now, and goes and tries to run ads, and the ads don't work. Now they're convinced, well, ads are a waste of money, ads are too expensive, ads don't work. But really, there's a root problem. There's something probably underneath the hood broken in that account, right? And so it happens all the time. It doesn't matter what the problem is you solve. If you're a hormone coach, if you are an intuitive eating coach, if you are a strength training coach, it doesn't matter what the problem is that you solve. If we're just giving out our free stuff and letting people to their own devices, that can be very dangerous for them. And it has the opposite effect of people hurling credit cards at you, like, come, like, pay me to solve this problem, because now it looks like we gave them bad advice. They're not realizing what the real reason why it's not working, right? It's just something that they're not seeing. So that's the first reason why I don't recommend giving away all of your coaching for free. The second reason why I don't think this is a good form of marketing and, offering our paid coaching for free in our marketing is because most clients, right, that actually have a deep enough problem, that are actually looking to solve the problem now, and they're not just like kicking tires, which aren't the clients you want to work with anyway, they're not looking for the free tips. They're just trying to find out where the actual solution is so that they can go get the solution, right? So here's an example. Let's say your client is battling with emotional eating, right? Let's say they've been struggling with emotional eating for years, for the last 15, 20 years. Their health is on the verge of collapse, right? It's putting a strain on their marriage. Their marriage is about to implode. They're not showing up at work. And this is essentially taking over their whole life. It's encompassing all of these areas of their life. Do you think that person is going to read your post about, 5 tips to curb cravings when they're battling emotional eating and it has root in their life, and they're going to go read an article about cravings and go out and fix the problem? Right? They might be initially grateful for those tips because they're in so much pain. Anything makes them feel better to try to hear about something that could be a Hail Mary for them, right? It might make them feel initially better, but if they just try to curb cravings, we know that's not solving the root of their problem. So they're going to go try to address their cravings from the tips, from a piece of your free information, and they're going to struggle. And then now you've lost a client. Now they're on to the next thing. And then nobody wins in that situation. Nobody's happy in that situation. You guys feeling me? Is this making sense? Let me know if this makes sense to you, or if you've ever experienced feedback like this from your market. This is a huge problem, and nobody is talking about that. Nobody is saying, all of the conventional wisdom that's saying have an abundance mindset and just keep putting out your free information and you'll never run out of things to give. It's missing the point that the clients that you're actually looking to work with are looking to solve the problem. They're not looking for these tips. And even in the event that they were to try them, we know that it's not enough to create transformation from them. So why would we send them off on something that's designed and set up to have them fail? It's not going to be enough. So if that isn't what we should include in our free marketing, right? If the answer isn't just keep giving away our best stuff, just coach them and they will come to you, we need to actually employ. Somebody put the word in the comments. Is it employ a strategy, a marketing strategy that works? Okay, so that's what we teach in OCI. We put together a really simple strategy, and this is like the simplest nuts and bolts way of explaining how simple it can be, right? Creating a marketing message that is packaged correctly. Okay, this is step one. For most people, this is already where they're set up to fail because they don't know how to do that. They think they do, and it's not working. They think they're putting the right message out there, and they're doing some of these things. They're giving away way too much free coaching, tips, cheerleading in their message, and it's not working. And it's deceiving because people love it, people like it, they'll comment, they'll share, they think it's great. It's the wrong message to get clients. It's great for getting fans, it's not great for getting paying clients. Okay, number two, and this goes back to what Clark said about his ads not working, you have to know how to put that marketing message in front of the right people. The people that are actually looking for help with this. In other words, not your family and friends and your great Aunt Susie. And then after that, obviously, the invitation is for them to consume a strategic piece of content from you, right? A training, some type of information that shows them why they need you. And it needs to happen in a very specific way. And then from there, talk to them. Invite them to chat with you. Invite them to have a conversation. Human to human. Talk to them, confirm whether they're actually someone that you can help. And if they are, make them an offer. Because if you're putting it in front of the right person, that's what they want. They want the offer. Tell me how to work with you. What's the next step? How do I do this? They're not saying, give me 5 tips so I can go try it this week and then I'll let you know. And if it's good enough, I'll come and work with you. Those aren't your clients. That's why so much marketing falls on deaf ears, because nobody's teaching them how to do it correctly. And it can literally be just a few simple steps. It doesn't need to be this long, complicated process of just continually putting out content. Gone are the days where you have to have a blog and you have to blog every single day for 3 years before that person who's been reading your blog for 3 years decides to raise their hand and finally get help. The most committed people aren't sitting around waiting that long. And so the reason why this can work so quickly right, is because it's the exact opposite of what everybody is bombarded with right now in their marketing. It's the exact opposite of what everyone else is trying to do. Right? It's polar opposite. And so now they're paying attention. Wow, this is different than all the other tips that I'm reading out there. Wow, this person's speaking exactly to me, and I haven't heard anybody using this message. So when you learn how to do this properly, and obviously knowing how to do it correctly is the whole point, right? There's a right way and a wrong way to do this. You can't just throw something together and boom, it should work because I just made something, right? But the coaches whose marketing really takes off like wildfire, they understand this connection. And so the difference between what goes in your free content and what goes in your paid content is exactly that. If it's coaching, it doesn't belong in your marketing. They haven't committed yet. They haven't taken you up on your offer. So don't solve for it with your marketing. Don't give away your coaching for free to people who haven't committed to solving the problem yet. Don't set people up for failure to go off and try some tips on their own and get discouraged. So what do we put in the free marketing? We put positioning. We put the problem that they have. Making your market problem aware. Making them aware that you understand their problem. And not only do you understand their problem, you understand their problem better than they could have articulated it themselves. That's what you put in your free marketing. Why? Why do we put that in our free marketing? Why are we giving away that information for free? Because psychologically, if you are able to talk about the problem they have, that's the most important thing in their life right now. It's consuming them. It's consuming every area of their life. And you're able to talk about it better than they could ever describe it to anyone in their life before. What is that doing for your positioning? It's showing them psychologically, this person understands the problem that I'm in. They know what I have. They know why it's devastating. They know how bad this is. They know all about it. That's what goes in your free marketing. You guys with me? Let me know if this is of value to you. Because when you can demonstrate to your market that you understand and you can describe their problem better than anyone else, than anything else they've ever heard, than any of the other tips they're reading out there, and you can articulate what solving this would look like actually look like, your clients will buy. You've made the decision easy for them. It's easy for them to raise their hand and say, yes, I do want to fix this problem. The exact thing you're talking about, all of those things that you just articulated in the problem, all of the facets of it, I want to solve all of those things. I want to get rid of all of them. And what you're talking about, like the potential, what life could look like with it solved, that's exactly what I want. Sign me up. That's what good marketing does. Yep. Exactly. So if you take this training, for example, right, and talking about what goes into good marketing, this is a perfect example, right? Talking about what would constitute the problem that you have. The problem that you have in this training is the wrong marketing you're putting out there, right? This is one example of that. So what I'm not doing in this training is saying, here's my top 5 examples of what I think would be a good post for you if you're a hormone coach. You should talk about these 5 things. And then have you just go off and try to do it on your own. Right? So that's like a non-health example. Because I know if I just give you 5 ideas to go post about this week for the next 5 days, you're not going to understand how to put out a good message behind that. You're not going to know how to articulate the problem and the solution without just giving away tips. So I run the risk of A, setting you up for failure, and B, having you think I don't know what I'm talking about because you went and tried it and it didn't work. So what are we doing? We're talking about the problem that they have and what the solution would actually look like to have a system in place where you only need people to go through a handful of steps. When you have your messaging and packaging done correctly and you're speaking to your market and now they're paying attention, now it's compelling them into your world and you have a place to put it, you know how to put it in front of those right people. And because you have your packaging and messaging together, the training that you put them in front of is also speaking to them. And every step of the way, you're getting them to raise their hand because they're aligned with what you're saying. What do you do next? Invite them to talk to you. Have a conversation with them. Learn how to have the conversation. There's a right way and a wrong way to do that as well. People invest with coaches that understand their problem better than them and understand what the solution looks like better than them. And they know how to make it very simple in just a few steps how to get to solution, right? We talked about it last week when we were talking about sales, the example of Hell Island and Dream Island. The best coaches know how to articulate both islands and show the bridge in a very kindergarten simple way. This is why you don't need testimonials. This is why you don't need a big audience to become successful in the beginning. You don't need any of that to start getting clients in the beginning. None of you are going to have testimonials if you've never had a client before. So if nobody has testimonials in the beginning, you have to start somewhere, right? This is what people actually buy. What else does it do? It eliminates the need to have high pressure sales, right? Because now you've made this decision for them so easy. Now it feels very reassuring for them. Okay, you understand the problem. Okay, they know what I'm going through. Okay, they understand. Okay, they know how to solve it. If you make it crystal clear, if you can give someone absolute clarity at every step of the way, from the moment they see you, you're giving them clarity that, oh, this person's talking about the problem that I have. Oh, this person helps with that. To the point where you're making them an offer, they have 100% clarity. You know how to solve it. Your clients will enroll. So the better you get at talking about the problem, isolating the problem, isolating the consequences of the problem, the more effective you're going to be talking to your market. You won't feel the need to give away your free coaching. Let me know if this is making sense. Let me know if this is valuable. Do an audit on what you've put out there in your marketing. Has it been free coaching? Has it been just giving away advice and tips? People pay for accountability. They pay for implementation. That's what your clients pay for. So just giving them the information alone does not create transformation in their life. That's what good marketing does. Most people, when they have absolute clarity with their problem, right, they have to take a good, honest, hard look at the problem, they'll decide to do something about it. Most of your market isn't looking at their problem every day. They're suffering from it every day, but nobody's having them take a good, honest, hard look at it. So if you can get your client who's actually wanting to make a change to come face to face with their problem and show them the simple path to solve it, they're going to decide to do something about it. They don't need you to coach them for free in order to feel like they owe you something now and give you money. Show them the problem that they have. Show them what's going to happen if they don't fix it, right? Understand their situation. Open their eyes to what's possible, that they can actually have Dream Island. It is actually possible. They don't have to keep living this life they've been in the last 15, 20 years. And then give them a very simple solution to solve it. Look, it's not that hard. You just need 1, good packaging and messaging. 2, you need to know how to target it in front of the right people. 3, you need to have the right piece of content to send them to, the training, etc. webinar. Invite them to a conversation with you and make an offer if you can help them. It doesn't need to be harder than that. I've built my whole 7-figure business on these principles. That's what people are buying. Your clients are buying Dream Island. Your clients are buying a solution to their problem. And that's what marketing is designed to facilitate for them. Clarity of where the solution actually is. Your marketing isn't designed to make you look good or cool or expert enough or popular. The reason why our clients get people to sign up with them for $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 is because they're solving the problem. They're getting them off Hell Island, they're showing them Dream Island, and they're making it very simple to understand how they could get there if they had the help. So when they're investing $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, they're investing in the transformation that's available to them if they say yes to that. They're not signing up for you and how much they think you are worth as a coach. They're not signing up for your online course and how many modules are in it. They're not signing up for whether it's going to be in video format or they're going to have to read. They're not signing up for any of that stuff. So none of that matters in your marketing. Good marketing will attract the best people to you. It will attract the best quality clients, the most committed clients, the ones who are going to be on a testimonial page because they're going to get amazing results because they want it. They're committed. They're going to do the work every single time they get the result. Alrighty? So, my friends, lovely listeners, if you want to put this strategy to work in your business, this is what I have for you. You ready? My team, our team at OCI, has time set aside over the next couple days where we are specifically blocking out time in our schedule to chat with you guys. Those of you that are here now, those of you that are listening on the replay. And if you want to speak with my team and have a conversation with them to talk about how we can transform your marketing in this direction, all right, so that your marketing is actually communicating to the right people, your messaging and packaging is on point, right? So you're clear on what that message should be in your marketing, so that you can start enrolling clients, so that you can raise your rates if you have been charging less than $3,000, if you're undercharging, all right? Once this is all dialed in, then schedule time to chat with my team. Just let them give you some clarity around this. Because I can give you example after example of all these other businesses and what it could look like if you're a hormone coach or an intuitive eating coach, but none of it matters if you don't have a human talking to you about your idea, about your business, about what your marketing is looking like, what you've been trying. Okay? So how it works is we'll just set up a time to chat. We'll talk to you about where your business is at right now. Maybe you don't even have any of this figured out. Maybe you've been trying for a while and it's just literally not working and it sucks every day. I get it. I've been there. We've seen it all. So what do you stand to lose just to chat with somebody? Talk about where you're at. We'll put together a game plan for you step by step, where you want to go. We'll show you how to get there. We'll show you the bridge. And if you want us to help you do that, we can talk about what that would look like. If you don't, that's fine. That is totally cool too. I love hanging out with you guys. I love hanging out with you guys on here. That's totally fine. If you want to chat, go into the comments and type the word talk. All right? Either way, chatting with us about this is going to move the needle. It's going to move you farther along the line than if you just stay where you're at right now and you never talk to anybody. You never ask you the questions that are on your mind. So go into the comments and type talk. If you're listening to this on the replay, type talk, and one of my team will reach out to you and just chat with you. They'll send you a message. They'll reach out to you, ask you some questions, and help you have clarity on what's missing and simplify all of it for you. Okay? If you want to take years off your learning curve, this is the fastest way to do it. You have nothing to lose and only have everything to gain by giving yourself this gift of talking to someone. So go into the comments and type talk if you want help getting clarity on your marketing. All right? Hopefully this has enlightened you on the difference between paid coaching and your paid content, the stuff that people actually invest to get from you, and what your free content should be talking about. Thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. I love hanging out with you, all of my lovely listeners. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll talk to you all next week. Bye-bye.